What's up, guys? TechTrider here with another look at some of the figures we got in this week. Today, for our first video of 2026, we have the 1/6 scale Mondo figure, ManeFaces from the Masters of the Universe. Now, which is pretty. I thought this was going to come out later this year, but it actually came in last week, right? Right when I got back from vacation, and pretty exciting to get. I saw some pictures on Facebook. I haven't seen any reviews yet, purposely because I really wanted to just play with it myself and take a look. So very excited about this release. This is a exclusive timed edition version, meaning if they ever do another version of this, it's gonna miss some of the accessories or some of the things that come with it. But anyway, let's look at the box art. The box art is freaking awesome. I mean, you have his his regular pose, and then you have, or the regular face, and then the robot face, and then the monster face. Now, ManeFaces, for me, was a really cool toy because it had that play feature, and that's one thing that Masters Universe had a lot over than other releases, other toys back in the day. They always had a play feature with their figures, and I'm very excited that there's a play feature with this guy, because you can't have ManeFaces without swapping his face. Now, so this is really cool. I really like the box. I did notice something different about the box. One thing is that these boxes are a lot more smaller. I noticed that with Robin, the boxes, usually when you get a Mondo box, it's really big, but this one is kind of small. And I was a little worried. I was like, well, this guy's supposed to be pretty big, so, but no, I guess they're doing some cost-efficient things that they're doing to change up things, even though, I guess, to make up for tariffs. I mean, I don't know. They're still charging us for tariffs and all that nonsense. I wonder when that's going to go away. That needs to go away. We need to stop paying tariffs. I'm sick and tired of paying extra $15-20 for a figure when it's already expensive. But, oh well. It is what it is. Either you pay it or you don't collect. How about that? All right, here's ManeFaces out of the packaging. Oh my God, this looks so freaking awesome. I'm like a little kid. It's just insane how much detail and how beautiful this looks. I mean, it's like having the classics figures just made up into 12 inches. And Mondo has really, like I said, man, when they first started, when I saw those He-Man figures, I was like, what is the crap is this? And they have really, really updated it. I hope they update Merman. I have my eye on him, sort of, but I think maybe they should do another version of him. So hopefully we get another Merman. But anyway, back to this guy. I mean, I don't know. I can't stress enough of how beautiful he is. Those colors just pursued. And I decided to do the white background because I think it would have, it probably, shows more detail and stuff coming out. So I'm glad I did. But this is just insane. I'm going to move the camera up just a little bit so we can get a closer look under the light. Just going to go ahead and do this so you can go ahead and see what we got going. But man, look at that. Look how beautiful that head sculpt, or the helmet, I should just say, has all those cool, those pipes, and just the, oh my God, just everything. The detail is insane. Like, seriously. And of course it has the play feature. So what you do is, of course, on the top you spin the head. So here's his main head, and then it has this head. If anyone in the comments wants to give me a background on this face, I don't know which face this is. To be honest, I was like looking at it like, huh? So usually it's just 3 faces, and on these there's 4. So I'm not sure. Maybe this is maybe a concept art, maybe, of what he would have looked like if they first did the concept art. That's probably what that is. But that is super cool. Looks awesome. I like it. And next up, we have the robot. And it really goes well with, you know, everything here. Like, it just, you know, ManeFaces was a trip to me. Like, you know, especially that episode where he scared people. And, of course, he scared them with the monster look. Look at that. That is freaking awesome. I am ecstatic. In a minute, I'll show you exactly how, because there's 2 other heads that have other, you know, faces. And I'll take that in a minute. It's real simple, real easy to do, but we'll do that in a minute. I'll check so we can check it out. But let's go and go down to the body. Here's a midsection of him, and I'm trying not to kick the camera as much. Let's do this. There we go. Nope. Trying my best not to kick the camera, but anyway, so here's, like I said, I guess this is his breathing mask or whatever. All these tubes. I mean, just look how beautiful the colors are on this. And then, of course, he has basically his human body underneath. No nipples. Just, they could have put nipples on him. I mean, I don't know. Why are nipples such a controversial thing? I mean, they did them there. They might have just colored them in. But anyway, and look at his arms. Just all that cool detail. And you got, you know, this is movable up and down. I mean, the fist. Jesus, this is super cool. He's got abs too. He works out wherever he is from. So, you know, ManeFaces is, what is he? An android? An alien? I don't know what he is, right? Is he an android? I mean, he looks like mechanical all over. Anyway, here is his crotch. There's like an indentation of a belt there. And then you got this, you know, kind of layered purple thing, I guess, you know. Then going down to the legs. I mean, look, these are like vents. Look at how detailed they are. Like, they went individually. They could have just done this here, but no, they actually did individually. Like, they look like vents, which is super cool. And of course, there's like some screws there, I guess. Oh my God, this is freaking awesome. Look at those legs. He's got some legs. He's go to the gym. More of the little screws. I guess all these are like you know, attachments to be if you take off his suit. Wow. Going down on the boots. Some part came off, but that's fine. You got those knees, and very nice too. You got that. He got it hidden. So a lot. You know, for me, some of these I trip out on the knees, how skinny they are. But I get it because of the simple fact that you have to move them. But the cool thing about this is you can hide them. You don't have to have them on anymore. Okay, everything's falling off on this guy, but it's cool. We'll get that in a minute. I mean, look at the detail on this here. You got some more layers here, which are really cool. I love that color. And then you got those boots. This is freaking awesome. Like, seriously, like I thought Buzz Off was badass. Seriously, like this, I mean, every single character that they've released so far has been just spectacular. You got the boots. They look really cool. You got some silver in there, some vents. You got the 2025 Mattel, and then you got Mondo here. One thing that I'm noticing on the boots, and I guess it doesn't really, there's a little bit of scuffing on here, just a tiny bit. I don't know if you can really see it on the camera, but I noticed it. I'm not really sure if I'm going to contact Mondo, because what they'll probably do, and this has been done before, they'll probably send me the whole body, and it's like, I don't know if that's really necessary. I got to think about that, because I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell in the light, but there's just some tiny scuffs there, just a little bit, but it's not, I don't think it's necessary to do that. Oh my God, he's headless. All right, so let's go ahead and move the camera back up so I can explain how, you know, well, what happened? Did he just die? No. So basically, like the headpiece, it's really simple to do, actually. You know, I was gonna do this later, but here's the whole helmet. So all you gotta do is just connect it, or you get your whatever, your faces, and put it there, and then you just basically connect up, and they're supposed to be the temptations here. So they're not purposely tough to put, because they want you to switch them out. Now, it does come off if you pull it out, but, you know. But let's go ahead and look at the accessories, and then we'll talk about the head a little bit more. Now, the figures come with a lot of different hands. I'll start with these. Here is your gripping hands. Oh no, these are different. Uh-oh. Yeah, hold on. Let me... Yeah, I just, like I said, I took them out of the box, and, okay, here. These two go together. So, you know, a little bit of, indentation on the fingernails. It could have done a little bit more, just, because, like, I understand if he's wearing gloves that they would be like that. But anyway, here's some, I guess these are gripping hands, or, and I apologize if I didn't get this done right. Oh, here we go. Here's the trigger hands. So, where his guns go. I mean, I just love that blue. It's just so beautiful. And of course, like I said, I'm a big fan of blue. So it's just, of course, inconceivable that I'm going to say, look how beautiful the blue looks. But against that white, I think it's white background we use a lot more. But here's another gripping hand. And then I think there's one more set. Yeah, one more set. So he comes with a total of 5 sets of hands with the fists that are already on his body. And then we got this. Yeah, so really open hands there. So it's really, really cool to get those. All right, next up we have some other accessories. He does come with the staff. So, in this gray and then bronze type of thing. It's really nice. Not sure, I'm not remember if that came with the original toy. I know he came with a blaster, but I'm not sure if he came with that. He has 2 blasters. One of basically the classic in this beautiful kind of dark red with orange accents on it. And then you got that silver on the handle. Really nice. So that's really classic. But they also comes with another type of weapon. And I would think this would come with probably Web Store, or maybe... yeah, I guess Web Store. This big old laser rifle. So it's really cool. It's in that dark brown. Has some dark gray accents. A little bit of, like, I guess, a gold inside there. Really neat. And it's cool to have heroes because, honestly, like, I was looking the other day when I did the end of year review, I was like, dang, I already have, like, I have 5 of the villains. And if you put Mumra on there, that's 6. And I only had Buzz-Off, Tila, and He-Man. So it's really cool that we're getting more of the heroes. Oh, my God, I don't know how far we're going to go with this line. I mean, if we get Ram Man, definitely getting Fisto. Oh, my God, I'm just, like, thinking of all the characters. Because I have, like, every single Masters Universe Classics figure. And, oh, man, what if we get a Snout Spout? Oh, that would be so cool. All right, so before I go into the head sculpts, because the head sculpts are really unique. So I usually do those, like, second, but we're going to go ahead and go to his little buddy that he comes with. And I'm sorry, I forgot his name. I don't know his name. I know he was in the cartoon. And it's kind of funny because these characters just kind of annoyed the hell out of me because they all sounded the same. And I wasn't a big... I'm not going to lie. The cartoon show was kind of stupid. Like, I'm not hating on it. It just... The writers, they just made it too young. And I don't know, but... I don't know, maybe because I love Batman anime series and that was a smart one and it didn't dumb you down. But the Master Universe cartoons, I love them. Don't get me wrong. I still love watching them sometimes, but it's just like, God, these little characters are just annoying. But anyway, forgot his name, but he comes with the figure. If you know his name in the comments, let me know. I completely forgot. But I know he's in the series and he does articulate, meaning just his hand goes up and down. That's about it. Nothing else. So he's kind of like a little statue. Of course, it's cool that they come with these little buddies. And I'm sure when they do the regular version, if they do a regular version, you're not going to get this guy. So I was looking, I was having to look on Amazon, on eBay. And now this guy is jumping up to close to $500. So I think a lot of people are like regretting not getting this guy. So I'm just glad I did. Like, it's another situation of like, should I get them? Should I not? And I said, screw it. And I'm glad I did. I'm serious. Okay, so it comes with 3 other headpieces, you know, which are also really unique. But this one is very, very interesting. Like, they decided, the Mondo not only does really good of portraying or moving over whatever the character is into the you know, whether it's from the cartoon or whether this is from the toy, because this is basically based on the toy, not mainly more the cartoon. But they do a really good job in terms of interpreting things, but also adding things that you would never think about. For instance, Oracle, like they did the face of Oracle, what he would look like without the mask. That's interesting, right? And I never wanted to know that, but it you know, they're adding to the lore, they're adding to it. And also, ManeFaces, he really didn't have a normal face or a face that you can see, but they went ahead and made one for him. And this guy looks super cool. I mean, it kind of looks like He-Man in a sense with the mask. It's kind of like a superhero-esque thing. So it's very interesting on that. And we're going to put the head on in a minute. We'll get a close-up on that and I'll swap them out. But that's pretty interesting. All right. And I like how I can put it down like that so I can put it in my display case easily. All right, so one thing about ManeFaces that is pretty unique, that what I really liked about the classics version is they not only gave you, of course, the head that he has, but they gave, was it 2 or 1? I'm not really remembering. But they gave you another head, they gave you another piece where you can switch out and you can see Skeletor and Oracle and all this crazy stuff. They sort of did the same thing here, but a little bit more different. Okay. Now, the other head sculpt, there's Skeletor on here. But on the other faces, they basically just made another face sculpt of the character. Like here's ManeFaces, you know, the main human version. And then over here, there's a different robot face, which just has basically his eye. The other one had the blue visor. Now this one has a red visor. And then you have the monster with his mouth open this time. So the other one, his mouth was closed. This one's open. And then, of course, like I said, Skeletor is here. And then on the other one, now you got a mean face. You got a different type of android face. Like, this is really crazy. And then you have a sad face sculpt of the monster, which is very cool. And then, did I show this one already? No, I didn't. Here's the robot, which has this kind of honeycomb type of visor on there. It just looks really different. And then this guy, like wait a minute, hold on, I messed up. Yeah, this one was supposed to be the extra one. Anyway, I don't know where this comes from, but that's pretty cool. So, you know, posing him is really interesting. Like using these in and out is freaking awesome. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna just pull them. Like I'm gonna zoom into the face so we can get how we interchange. So I'm gonna move everything out of the way and then do this. I'll be right back with this. All right, so real quick, I did a little research. This guy's name is Squinch. So I totally forgot. So little minifigures, Squinch, interesting. I wonder if we can get that little dwarf girl with the big boobs. I remember that, and I was really young at the time, and I remember like, Mom, what are those on her chest? What's that on the front of her? Hey, those are boobs. My mom would say in her broken English. But anyway, so yeah, so basically, like I said, it's real simple to swap these out. You just pull it out, and then you take this off. So, you know, very easy. I want to see basically how this looks on him. You just pop it in. Oh, wow. That is crazy. Like, that, oh, hold on, sorry. So you just pop it on, you should go in easily. And he does, I mean, wow, like this is very interesting. Like I'm very, wow, looks really cool. Like I'm very, you know, happy about this. This is interesting how he looks. Huh, that's funny to me. Wow, okay. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to display him like that, but, you know, maybe. All right, so let's go ahead and get one of these up here. So you just put that in there. Or actually, no, you put this in here. And then that on top, like I said, it just goes in and then you just rotate. So there's that, I guess, happy face and then open mouth face of the monster. And then the red visor ghost, and then there's Skeletor. So that's really cool. I mean, it's so funny. It's like, I think it's ridiculous of like, oh, that's Skeletor. Oh, okay. It's Skeletor. It's like, how is it Skeletor? Like, it's just his face. It's not his whole body. I just think that's funny. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the other one. All right. So I don't know. I mean, I'm having a good time with this. This is seriously a lot of fun. This takes it to another level because when you can play and do different, like I said, that's what I love about Mondo. There's just so many things you can do with it. Instead of like Super 7, they give you all these, accessories, and yeah, you can use them and stuff. But like, it's a lot easier with Mondo to swap things easier and just display things easier, and it looks better. That I'm just hanging out Super 7. I'm just Anyway, so here's this face, the man face, looking mean, and then what is wrong? He's a little cute monster face. He's upset at something. And then you got the honeycomb visor, which is really cool. And then this other guy, which I have no idea who this is. If anybody knows in the comment, let me know. I should have researched it a little bit more, but I didn't think about it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get him posed out. I gotta figure out which is my favorite. I'm not too sure. And then we will do my final thoughts. All right, before I do my final thoughts, I want to do a real quick size comparison to another Master Universe figure. And that is, of course, He-Man himself. My first Mondo figure. And, we're going to do side-by-side comparisons. Of course, ManeFaces is bigger. He's taller. He's a little bulkier than He-Man. But yeah, it's about probably almost a half or maybe an inch taller than He-Man. So that's really cool because, he is a big guy. He's really tall, really big. So yeah, like I said, I want to do real quick on that. And of course, you're going to do a size comparison on his little buddy that comes with him, and that's Squint. And you can see he's a giant compared to poor little Squint there. So yeah, anyway, so let's go ahead and do let's go talk about my final thoughts. On my final thoughts on this guy, he is freaking awesome. This is one badass figure that I'm glad I didn't miss. I love everything about him. The coloring, the posability. I love these little vent things here on his legs. That's just a lot of cool detail. Like I said, they could have just done this and it still would have been cool, but that just makes him pop. Everything just comes out so well in him. The accessories are awesome. Of course, the different types of heads that you can do. And this one too, this was very cool. Like I said, I believe this is a concept art. That's really cool that they included that. You can just pop up and change. And another thing that I'm really intrigued by is this cool, putting a regular face on him is just freaking awesome. He is just great, and I hope you're able to grab him. Unfortunately, he's no longer available on Mondo's site. They were timed editions, meaning they only put them up for, a few weeks. I don't remember how long this guy was up. I think he was 3 weeks, if I remember correctly. So once they're gone, they're gone. And I don't know what's going on with the regular editions. Usually they release a timed one and then they do a regular. But I haven't seen a regular version of Evil Lyn, Buzz-Off, Mumra. I don't know what's going on with those. I have not seen a regular edition. Maybe they don't think that this is going to appeal to other people. I don't know how they figure that out. Maybe if San Diego Comic-Con, I can ask that question if I see someone. Because it's kind of strange because, like I said, I haven't seen regular versions of these figures. And actually, I think about it, I don't even think there was a regular version of Trapjaw nor Beastman. So I guess it just depends on the character. So maybe that's what's going on. Maybe these guys are not, the mains, of course, like He-Man or Skeletor or Teela. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But also too, I was thinking about the other releases that could possibly come, and I was thinking about of course, Sorceress. I'm sure she's coming, but what about Ram Man or Stratos or even Fisto? I'm gonna have no room at all. Like I'm just gonna have to I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to like sleep on the couch and get rid of the bed and just put everything in the room because this is insane. And of course Triclops is coming this year. He's gonna have that playability where you get to change the eye on him. So that's gonna be pretty fun. He looks really cool and I'm loving that green on him. But yeah, no, this is fun how you can just physically change the head. It's a game changer. I mean, a little thing like that just goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? To keep it like a toy and that action posability, there's not a lot of them that do that, So this is, like I said, he is definitely one of my favorites of the line. So yeah. All right. So unfortunately, like I said, he's not available online. You're going to have to get him on eBay. And I just saw a bidding on him. He's up to $450 right now, which is insane. I have a feeling that ending is going to be $500, maybe $600. I'm so glad I didn't sleep on this guy because I'd be like, Now the thing is that what I'm worried about is getting the other flocked Panther because I want that one, right? And I have to save for that. But then again, there's just so many releases. Mondo, you're killing me, man. Seriously. I love this company. I think it's really cool. All right. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Do you guys collect these Mondo Masters Universe? Do you have ManeFaces? Do you have them with them? What do you think of him? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, like I said, thank you for everything. Continue to like, subscribe, share, whatever you need to do. Let's get this channel to at least 1,000 by the end of the year. Hopefully, we'll see. But if not, no worries. But like I said, thank you for everything. And until next time, we will see you later.
Ladies and gentlemen,
make sure you like, share, and subscribe.